Nick, what went into the decision to bring Justin back into the rotation, and how good did it feel to see him erupt in that way and swing that game in your favor?
Yeah. I mean, listen, he played, pretty solid in his first rotation in the first half. They were fairly small-ish. We used Walker a little bit there on Brown in the first half. Thought it bought some good minutes. We tried to buy a couple more minutes with him there. They were just doing a pretty good job of screening everybody, all of our primary defenders off of getting him the ball. Just again went back to Justin as a part of the rotation, really. And obviously, when you get going, we just leave you going. So he hit some big ones. Got us back in the game, that's for sure.
A two-part question, Coach. Again, what key the late run you guys had and the ability of this team to kind of stay with it. You've done this so far very well a number of times this year, and get back in.
I don't know. I think that I don't know how much data we have to have, but I just kind of think this is going to be what it's like. First of all, right? Up 10, down 10. See you at the end, right? I just think that's 9 games, 11 games, and 9 of them have ended at the horn, right? That's pretty amazing, really, right? Again, I think that we go through some ups and downs moments. I mean, you guys are watching the games. There's some times when the break's there and we're finding people and we're hitting the paint. There's some times when it gets stagnant. I thought what got us going tonight is we finally got to some organization and executed a few things, and they were taking away the kind of primary option, but we were just kicking it out to the open man. But it was off some execution and some organization, and I think that got us going there and when we needed it.
Obviously, Kelly had the big putback. Just what did you just kind of make of his overall night, and then just him kind of being in the right spot, right time, coming up with a big one there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he didn't play much in the first half because of foul trouble. But he, again, he's kind of, I would say that in the guts of that game, he got Brown. I mean, we were in a stretch. We were doing a really good job on him in the first half, and we were kind of just trying to sub Kelly with him the whole time to make sure we had a primary guy to just lock in on him. And he got in foul trouble, so we got away from that just a bit. And then he was out there primarily to guard him, and I think that's he did a decent job. He works at it. He makes the catches tough. He's swatting at the ball, and I mean Brown's really good. We had to do a lot of stuff to try to stop him there, and they would, we'd counter with something. They'd counter back and hit a deep 3 on us when we would rotate or something to put 2 on him. And so it was kind of that chess match going on. But I just think Kelly did the work, right? He just accepted the challenge and did the work and did a good job with that.
How big was that high hedge by Andre on the last possession that created the deflection and kind of created the chaos of that last offensive possession for Boston?
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge, and those are just making plays. Drums got some quick hands every now and then, but obviously it was a saving play for that possession, for sure. Yeah.
Nick, Jordan Walsh did a good job against Tyrese late in this game. I guess when you have a matchup like that where there's just so much length on him, what you sort of want him to do in terms of low-hanging fruit, try to find advantage there.
Yeah. So we were. I don't know how much of this I should give away, but he was doing a good job, but eventually in the possession he was trying to force him a certain direction, so we were trying to flip the angles of the screens a little bit to give Tyrese some type of driving lane where the big was. He wasn't staring right at the big, and Drum was doing a pretty decent job of that. I mean, Tyrese did get down the paint. There were length, and they were pulling in. He had to make some shots over some pretty long guys there for a couple times, or get them up anyway. But again, I thought he made a couple great kickouts, right? Really, right when we needed them. He was feeling those kickouts. He was asking for certain guys to be certain places because he thought they'd be open. So he was doing a good job of reading that stuff. Yeah.
Obviously, you were able to recover and pick up the win. But I mean, the third quarter issues kind of popped up again. And is there something maybe you can identify and maybe just try to figure it out from there?
I don't know. Right now, I'm going to say I'd rather be a better fourth quarter team than third quarter team because our fourth quarters are pretty damn good.
Right.
Nick,
But I'll keep working on it. We'll keep working on it. We did think about changing the lineup. I think just switching something in the lineup is something I've used in the past, right? I went for a long, almost second half of the whole season, starting one group and starting another group in the second half because we kind of had this similar thing. I don't know, maybe we'll just do halftime down on the bench instead of coming up to the locker room. I know that's something else we could try. I don't know.
I'm sorry to go away from the game for a second, but you said earlier there was going to be
Yep.
imaging done on both guys.
Yep.
We got an update on Paul George
Yep.
earlier. Is there any update on Joel and sort of where you stand now with PG with a couple days of practice? Do you expect him to do stuff?
Yeah. I'll answer the Joel part first. Joel has no structural issues, and he's day-to-day. And what was the Paul question?
Just, I
There's
guess
something
for
in
both
the...
guys then,
Yeah.
I guess for both guys then, is there, with a couple days, I assume in practice, or at least one?
Yeah, I
on
mean-
Friday, is there any plan for participation, that kind of stuff, or is it just a wait and see deal?
I mean, I wouldn't rule anything out. You know, neither one of them have been ruled out, and it is a wait and see from there. Yep.
Joel's having no structural issues, considering that he's had so many injury problems. How much is that a big sigh of relief? Because you've had him for games this year, and he's played pretty well recently. How much is that a, whew?
It is certainly. I think what I'm more concerned of is I think he's trending upwards, right? I think the conditioning and the minutes and all the things are going to trend up to playing even better, right? So I think it's really important that we get to hopefully get him out there soon.
Nick, when you look at his team last year to this year, you're not dealing with absences quite at the same level, but still to a good degree. Just what have you made of the team's depth and resiliency so far?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's still we still are going into these games with 3 or 4 rotational guys out. Right? I think last year we were getting mostly 6 and 7 rotational guys out. But this, I mean, it's a different team for sure, and the fact that we've got some youth and speed, and we're able to go out there and scrap, with some intensity and play hard and all that kind of stuff, and give ourselves a chance. I mean, that's all. I keep saying. I just want to somehow find a way to give ourselves a chance, and we've been doing that for, I guess 10 of the 11 games.
You guys have had a pretty compacted.
DJ's athleticism and ability to make big plays these last couple games in the fourth, would you have known when you met him, like just the mental approach he would have? Because he's made big plays.
Yeah, he has made big plays. I think that again he's pretty fearless out there, right? He got great composure. He's calm. Like he's not like, he doesn't make too many mistakes. He's all that kind of stuff. And like I super believe in him, which is why I leave him out there in the fourth quarter of a close game. Like he needs to be out there and learn this stuff, and he's produced. And again, he's one of our better defenders for sure. So again, he's going to need to be out there late in games to try to make a play there too.
You guys have had a pretty jammed up schedule. You already have 3 back-to-backs in 11 games. Is it nice to have a 5-game stretch of one game to kind of get not only these other guys healthy, but to get your legs under you as a group?
Yeah, Yeah, so a couple good things, because we got 2 days in a game, and 2 days in a game is we got a whole group of guys that need to get on the court. It's hard to get on the court when you're playing and traveling, right? There's a group of guys that need to get out there and get up and down, and then there's another group of probably 4 guys that need to stay away from the court, right, and get their legs back underneath them.
So go back to Justin for a second, and I know the stay ready mantra is like always what guys that are sort of on the fringe of the rotation always talk about, but like how do you sort of preach and like encourage that like day to day so that somebody is ready to step in if they do?
I mean, I think I've said this to you guys before, like I love him. I don't worry about him, right? He works extremely hard. He's really worked on his shooting. He goes out there and tries as hard as he can on defense every time. He's not perfect, but he's a really good, developing young player that I love. I'm not, when he has a bad game, it doesn't even faze me because I love him. Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody.